Hey guys, Becca Scoops here. How are you guys doing this evening? I hope you guys are doing well. I've got a short impromptu video to go over a few items regarding Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And some of these things you probably have already seen for those of you that are well connected in what we call the Gypverse. You're probably aware that Gypsy has joined Cameo, and then she did some inappropriate behavior over on TikTok and a few other things I want to go over. But this isn't the first time that Gypsy has joined Cameo. But before we get to that, let's take a spin uh, into the past and see what Gypsy Rose Blanchard said about joining Cameo.
But I don't know. It kind of just doesn't sit well with me charging people to do it. Like,
She's talking about Cameo. For those of you that are not aware, Cameo is this app where you've got, like, I would say minor celebrities, B-list celebrities, reality stars who even Gypsy's ex-husband, Ryan Anderson, is on Cameo. And what you do is you can go over there and pay them a set price to send someone a birthday wish. We'll get into the particulars of that in a minute. But here's what Gypsy had to say about joining Cameo and how she felt about it.
as money hungry and all this kind of stuff, grifty rose and all that stuff. Like, that's not me though. Like, I don't want to have to charge people to just be nice or say happy birthday. I'm the type of person that, hey, send me a message. You want a happy birthday? I'll make the video for free. Like, I don't want to charge people unless someone told me, hey, you gotta join.
I guess that is no longer, we're not going to get it for free. If you want her to send you a message, it's $149 for like 5 minutes of her time. But here we go.
Cameo. Like, it's, hey, send me a message. You want a happy birthday? I'll make the video for free. Like, I don't want to charge people unless someone told me, hey, you gotta join Cameo. Like, it's, I'm not gonna act.
Yeah, but the
All right, that's that. So that was sometime after she got out of prison. I'm not sure. Maybe we can identify the timeline by the hair date, but by the hair date, by her hairstyle, but she changes it so often I don't think we can really pinpoint it, but she did say that. All right. The thing is, she did join Cameo, but then she pretended like she didn't. So let's look at that. So back in February, about a month after she had been out of prison, she contacted TMZ to let them know, because she had a direct line to this particular TMZ reporter named Charlie Neff. Charlie's a woman. And so immediately she got a hold of Charlie Neff and said, "Hey, I'm on Cameo, do an article on it. It's noteworthy, whatever." So let's go ahead and take a look at what happened after that happened. Okay. So here is after she joined Cameo, she said, "Oh, never mind, it wasn't me. It's not me." Because she got a lot of heat and a lot of people were reporting her to the Cameo app. But how do I know that? Well, I didn't just, say, well, because it's Gypsy Rose, she had to be lying. I want to see some receipts. I want to see some evidence. Now, this particular article right here that you're looking at is the updated article. So at first they came out, see where it says update down there? First, they came out with an article which is no longer available. It's under this article, and they just posted this update on it and changed the headline. But what she had to say was that she was no longer doing it. Okay. So then I had to take a look at what the verification process was. So let me bring that up. All right. So the verification process, here it is. Okay. So I went over to Cameo and I wanted to see how do you become, one of their called partners? And so obviously they do outreach, they're looking for, talent, what they call their talent. And but then there's a manual verification for submitted applications. A human review process is used. That means a real live person to confirm the identity and verify that the talent has a genuine level of fame on social media. Okay. Then down here, even down further, you see there's an identity verification. So they have to obviously, even like on YouTube, when you want to be a content creator, I had to give them my driver's license. I had to verify who I was. So why wouldn't that be for Cameo? Because anyone could go over there and say, "Hey, I think I look like, XYZ celebrity. I'm going to be an imposter." Right? Because they don't verify, Cameo. They're so lenient over there. They're not really running a legit business. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And even in that first Cameo, account that she brought up, she said that her name was Gypsy Rose Anderson, which is probably not something, a troll or somebody just trying to make an account would say, because remember, that was very specific to Gypsy. She was really trying to, use her new married last name, so to speak. And so, here's part of the article, the updated article, um, and the original article. And it says Gypsy Rose Blanchard post prison media tour may be winding down, but she's undeterred, turning to Cameo to continue cashing in on her life story. And then it just goes on and it says, by the way, she's also going by her married name now, Gypsy Rose Anderson. And you can see that right there on Cameo, listing her occupation as influencer. Her bio reads survivor and advocate, overcoming challenges, finding my own path, advocate for mental health awareness, hashtag survivor strong. I can't make this up. I really, really can't make this up. Over on the GRB Snark, I wanted to also show that this is where I got some of this information. So I wanted to give them a shout out. And they just kind of summarize what I just said, you know. Anyways, their last line I love. Notice how TMZ ain't promoting it this time. LMAO. She's done. Nobody cares about her, and she needs to just accept that already. So, whatever line she had to TMZ, I think TMZ knew that she had been feeding them bad information on a lot of stuff. And yeah, unless, an article comes out tomorrow and then, okay, you know, that'll prove us wrong. But I do believe that a lot of this fame that she had has waned, and people are done. People are just done. So I'm going to go ahead, and since we've kind of shown that her Cameo that she had before, that it was legitimately her, and then she lied to TMZ and, lied to everybody else on social media. That's not me. I'm not doing that. And maybe that was around the same time that she made that video I started out with saying, that's not, I wouldn't charge anyone for a birthday, a birthday wishes. All right. Now, here's the real concerning part about this Cameo. I don't know if she was trolled or what. So when you look at the Cameo, when you look actually at her page that she has up there now, let me go ahead and find that. Hold. All right. So
So
what it
from what I
looks like
was
is this.
reading,
Okay. So it looks like this. All right. And you have the different types of messages you can get from her. You can get a roast, you can get a birthday wishes. And then the one that right there is called a pep talk. You can't see it because this is actually a video that I did, but I'm going to bring up a better video of that same thing. Just the sound was a little bit off on this one. But the pep talk is the one that made me make this video tonight. Now, I do obviously cover Gypsy Rose, but I don't make videos just to make videos. I make a video if something concerns me or I think it's noteworthy. So there's two different kinds of videos that we make on Becca Scoops. We make our deep dives, the documentary style, and then I also cover things on a cultural level. And so when I do my commentary videos, this is what I'm doing here tonight. It's to commentate on whatever is going on. So I want this pep talk that she gives that I'm going to bring up now. I can't believe she did this. Now, these are examples. Do you see here? These are examples. What I was told, the information that I got was these weren't actually, these are just examples. Okay. So if it's a real Cameo you bought, it's a private message. Unless she gets permission to use it, she can't use it. And so what the people do on Cameo is they say, hey, make a, a pretend happy birthday wish. And so that's what these are. Now, this pep talk one, if this is the idea she came up with, and this wasn't a real pep talk, talk about subconscious Freudian slip going on here. You'll see what I mean when we get into it right now.
You are going. Hi, Kendall. So from what I was reading, you are going through a issue with your mom not approving of your current boyfriend and banning you from seeing him.
Okay. So the premise of this pep talk is this girl, Kendall, who's probably a teenager, right? Needs a pep talk because her mom is banning her from seeing her boyfriend. Does this hit close to home to Gypsy Rose's own story at all? Does it at all? Because obviously it does. Hey, Odin, come here, honey. Come here. Are you okay? This is my grandson, Odin. I know. Where's Grandpa? Where's Grandpa? Huh? Where's Grandpa? This is my grandson who's autistic. So I'm just going to keep going here. I hope that's okay. Are you okay? Did you eat your pizza? Yeah, he's spending the night with us, so it's kind of a special night. All right. So let's just move on. Let's go on.
Okay, so I want to start off with I am not a licensed professional to give life advice. So the advice that I'm going to give you is just kind of like wisdom that I've learned throughout the years. Okay. So first, I want to say I understand that this is extremely difficult. Matters of the heart are extremely complex and difficult to deal with. So I feel you on that. And trust me, you are not the first person to go through this. At some point, everybody goes through this in their life. So what I will say is you only ever have one mom. And boyfriends, relationships, friendships come and go, but you will only ever have your one mom. And I'm sure, because I am a mother, I have been young once, I'm a mother now, and I feel like perspectives have kind of changed since I became a mother. So I know that your mom probably just wants the very best for you. And I'm sure that her, I guess you could say,
This is the exact situation of why she murdered her mom. Her mom had issues with the, 36-year-old man she was dating when she was 18. Now my dog wants my attention. Come here, Maisie. Come here. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. So this was the exact situation that she's talking about here. This situation is why she murdered her mother. I am thoroughly thoroughly 100% convinced that why? Because it fits a criminal pattern. And yet she's working it somehow. I don't know if this is on the subconscious level or she's consciously talking about this. It's just very bizarre. Let's go on.
Standards of what she would want in a partner for you are pretty high, because you have to remember you're her baby girl and she's only ever going to want the best for you. And also, if mothers have a sense, okay, they have like a spidey sense, it's part of their superpowers.
And her mother had a sense. Her mother had a sense. Dee Dee had a sense that Gypsy was out of control and she was trying to rein that in, and Gypsy didn't like it. And you would think, well, no one murders their mother for that. Yeah, there's a lot of examples. There's many examples. And I have those examples in my video. All right, let's go on.
And I'm sure that your mom is picking up on things maybe, and they could be valid or they can't be valid. I don't know. I'm not her. But moms pick up on things. And so have a sit down conversation with her and be calm, be completely calm. That'll show her how mature you are.
Kind of like when you picked up a BB gun and pumped 10 rounds into your mom thinking it was a real gun. Was that the calm conversation you had about Dan Glidewell? Yeah.
Because I don't know how old you are. I didn't see that in the profile, but I can kind of tell if your mom's banning you from seeing this guy, that you're probably on the younger side of life. I am 34 and I have made tons of mistakes, so I have a little bit of wisdom. But have a sit down conversation with your mom. Have that open communication with your mom. Be very calm. Ask her, Mom, what are the things that you don't like about this guy? What are your concerns? And
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is giving a teenager advice about dating and about how to handle their mother. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. She goes on like this for 7 minutes giving this girl advice. I don't know if this was an actual cameo. I mean, it's almost like a joke, right? I don't know who would pay $149 though to set her up like this, because it almost seems like a setup. I couldn't believe it. When I first started listening to this, you guys, I could not believe it. The irony of this. If you had murdered your mother, would you even take this so-called pep talk? Pep talk? Would you say, "You know what? I don't think I'm right for this one. I don't think I should be giving any young girl advice about how to handle their mother. I don't think I should be giving any teenager advice about dating and about men." I had an issue with that, and it led to the murder of my mother. But no, look at her. She's oblivious to who she is and what she's done. And this is why she's dangerous.
have that, open dialogue, and I'm sure she'll be more than happy to tell you and be forthcoming about what it is that she's picking up on that she does not like. And if it's something that maybe could be resolved, maybe all three of y'all could have a conversation together and she could sit down with the guy.
Here's the other thing. I don't know who would buy this. I mean, obviously the daughter wouldn't. A pep talk. If I was the mother of this girl and there was some problem with the boy that that I was, forbidding, I wouldn't get a pep talk from Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So I got to think this isn't real. And she made it up on her own. I mean, if I was a mother, I wouldn't go to Gypsy Rose Blanchard to give my teenage daughter a pep talk. This sounds totally ridiculous. I mean, are we being punked? I almost feel like I'm being punked here.
And say, hey, maybe these are some things that I'm concerned about regarding the.
No parent would want her talking to their daughter about this. And if a parent forbade, the word was forbid, then there's nothing to talk about. Once a parent has forbidden their child from doing something, you don't need a pep talk from mommy murderer Gypsy Rose Blanchard. What are you trying to? Are you trying to get your daughter? Give her the idea that maybe if you, I mean, I don't mean to be crass, but you want to give your daughter the idea that maybe murdering you as the parent that's buying this pep talk is a way out? I mean, I don't even understand this. Help me. Someone help me with this. I don't want to listen to the whole thing. I mean, it's just more of the same bullshit.
Relationship, prove to me that maybe I'm wrong. And
oh, you're wrong. You're wrong on so many levels. It's not even funny.
If that is a no-go, if she's like, I don't like the guy, okay? Unfortunately, it might come down to an ultimatum where you do have to make a decision.
An ultimatum? She's telling the girl it's going to come down to an ultimatum? What fresh hell is this?
Decision. Hey, do I want to have a relationship with this guy? And I don't know if it's.
No, there's no ultimatum. It's not a democracy. Being a parent isn't a democracy. It's hello, little, whatever your name is, little Katie, you are not going to date that boy. And here's why. And it's not open for discussion. That's what it sounds like this is. Do you know what I mean? But here Gypsy Rose is acting like it's some kind of a democracy while this girl, you know why? Because that's how Gypsy Rose saw it. That's how she saw it. And whether you think her mom was too strict or too lenient or whatever, that was her mom. And she didn't deserve to be murdered over a boy. But she was. I can't even anymore. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You guys, is there any more reason why this campaign to get the word out to the mainstream media needs to happen? Is there a better example than that right there? Lori, the dream expert, wrote this. I've decided this is the mission statement of our little media campaign. For those of you that are new, there are content creators that are like me that have reported on Gypsy in the last year and a half that are trying to get the word out to the mainstream media. We're all working together. We're trying to, in any way we can. And one of those content creators is Lori, the dream expert. There's Into the Weeds podcast, who is out with another content creator named Ashley Baby. They're out in Missouri looking to speak with people that knew about the case this weekend. And so, cross your fingers. If you pray, say a prayer that trip brings some fruition. Anyways, this is not my mission statement, but it's what Lori wrote. And I decided, once I saw that pep talk, I'm like, you know what? Let's look at this. To counteract the unprecedented glamorization and celebration of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, a convicted murderer, in media and on social platforms by presenting accurate, evidence-based information about her crime, actions, and character. The goal is to correct the false narrative and raise public awareness of the potential harm she poses as a public figure and, as a side note, as a Cameo talent source, particularly to impressionable and vulnerable audiences thereby reducing her influence and discouraging her elevation as a role model. So that's it. That's what we're trying to do. And now that she's back with the flourish, well, it seems like here we go. The other thing Gypsy did within the last 48 hours is she showed up over on TikTok with these neighbors of hers, and she decided it would be funny to show up on a TikTok live of another creator and named Quiche. And yeah, so here's what happened.
What's up, Keith?
Okay, now you're both with them.
What's up, Quiche? That's Gypsy sitting down here. She has her new $2,500 wig on. That's not on right. It's way too forward. And there's Quiche in the top. Anyways, this is what she decided to do. This is her kind of behavior. This is the public figure on Cameo who will be talking to young, impressionable minds.
You want to talk shit now?
If that's really you, take the wig off.
Hold on, everybody.
If that's really you, take the wig off.
Are you fucking insane?
Now, I'm not going to even watch this whole thing. It's not really needed. What you need to know is apparently these two people are with Gypsy. They are her neighbors. Obviously, Gypsy has friended them, and Gypsy has given them a sob story that Gypsy has constantly attacked on social media. And I guess they decided it would be funny to attack back. Gypsy did not enter the panel for a dialogue. She did not enter the panel on her own name. She used these, as you see there, this other girl's name, and then you're going to see a guy here in a minute. And this guy, what a piece of shit this guy is.
So you guys want to talk? You're willing to do a little chit chat? Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the infamous murderers. I hang out with murderers too in Chicago. I hang out with unalivers too.
Oh, slam, Keish, slam.
Damn.
What just happened?
What just happened, y'all? Really going on?
So then he
Was
comes
that
back.
real?
How much she slapped. You know
Comes back wearing one of Gypsy's wigs.
what happened?
Murder.
And now the bitch is back as a cockroach.
You guys, do y'all not have anything better to do on a Friday
You're in
afternoon?
my life, bitch.
He's in her life. You don't have anything better to do. And in fact, it was reported to me by several sources that were there that they weren't even talking about Gypsy Rose. That Quiche has not even talked about Gypsy Rose for a long time. For some reason, Quiche is someone that Gypsy has an obsession with. She is one of the content creators Gypsy parodied. And she doesn't like Quiche. I mean, like really, really doesn't like her. Like she doesn't even know her. That's what's so disturbing is Gypsy, when she takes a dislike to somebody, and I think Gypsy picks on the more younger content creators like Quiche. Here we go.
You have anything
You're in here.
You have anything better to do?
A dude with a wig.
You're the one hanging out
we're
with
all
hanging out with a
Rose
murderer.
Blanchard, the one who unalived her mom.
Unalive her
conversations.
And got
like
up
heart to
social
heart.
Why don't you go
about
roll?
It just goes like that. It's just a lot of yelling. He starts trying to humiliate Quiche. It's not really even something I'm going to spend any time on. I just wanted to show you her behavior and how she manipulates people to do her bidding. Nothing has changed with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Nothing at all has changed. Okay, let's get to the next thing. All right. Kind of noteworthy was sorry, I'm vaping. Kind of noteworthy was Ryan Anderson, her ex-husband, who has been big on Cameo, big on TikTok. He doesn't have a job right now. This is his job. Here was his reaction to learning Gypsy was on Cameo.
Anniversary to her husband. Video about anything, actually. I've given advice about certain things. Like appreciation, thank you. It's just a video that, no, she didn't. Did Gypsy really sign up for Cameo? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny. I'm sure the price is outrageous. I'm sure the price is outrageous.
He's going to learn the price now, and he's got a sale for $20.
That's
so
pretty funny. $149. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. Is that really true? Good for her.
I want to throw up in my mouth a little bit when I hear him say good for her. It's not genuine. There's no way with what she did to him that he can feel good for her. Not yet. Not yet. Forgiveness like that comes many years down the line with maturity and time. But this guy has never, ever, he is just more on my nerves, more and more. I try to see the good in him, but I can't even with him anymore. I can't even with him. He is fully leaned into TikTok. Look, allegedly, he may have a little issue with gambling. And when somebody has an issue with gambling, being on TikTok on a daily basis and seeing how much money you can make and using this Cameo thing is almost like gambling, right? If that is what you're leaning into as your sole income, now, yeah, people live off TikTok, but I would think they have a backup plan in the beginning where he would be just in the beginning stages. So to fully like lean in on that, to me, it's the adrenaline rush he's getting with that. It's that gambling addiction. And that's why it's so upsetting and it's so gross to see him grifting on there and the way he's milks the people and this whole Team Ryan thing. I just, it's not, it's because he could do better. He's not, I mean, he's in his late 30s. This is when he should be out making his career, making a name for himself, doing something positive in the world. That's not being that's not, it's just gross to me. It's like wasting your life. Now, I need to be a little bit soft in that, of course, the reason he believes he lost his job is because of her, and there may Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and he was a teacher, and there may be some truth to that. He lost 2 jobs. And then there's other reports that partially it was that, and partially he was late a lot. And a lot of people are concerned after watching him for so many hours on TikTok, his language and stuff like that, and being a teacher, people are not happy with that. So that's another thing. And I think he needs to be careful if he ever wants to go back to teaching to maybe curb this social media, maybe buckle down. If you can't afford that apartment, move in back with your mom and try to get your life back on track. Maybe go back to school, get a master's degree or a PhD or something. Let this time to heal, take this time to go to therapy. But social media isn't therapy. And that's what he's actually using it for. He even says, "Oh, being on here." I mean, he's going through it. He like gets angry at the chat. He swears at people. He's blocking people all the time. Any little thing sets him off. Anyone that says, "Oh, you need to move on," he goes berserk. So he engages with the trolls. There's just a lot of stuff, and it's just really concerning. So that's where he's at. But he wishes Gypsy well. Oh, so good. He's so happy. The woman that cheated on him spit in his face, many times spit on his face, treated him like crap. He's happy she's charging $149 on Cameo. Give me a break. That's not even humanly possible. Or you're just delusional, dude. You're just out of it. All right. I wanted to leave you with a little refresher of what we were dealing with here. All right. So here's a little reminder of just how dire it would have been for Gypsy Rose Blanchard because of her crime if she went to trial.
And we also weren't sure.
This is her attorney, Mike Stanfield. He's going to tell you what would have happened if she went to trial.
That there was even a defense that we could raise.
He just said there was no really defense they could raise for her. No defense they could have raised.
If we went to trial and we lost, Gypsy would die in prison. She would spend the rest of her life behind bars.
She should still be in prison. Because what he was saying there is because of her crime, there was really no defense. Not really. And if it wasn't for that sweet plea deal, because of the crime she did, whether she recognizes it or not, because she doesn't, she never has. She said, well, I didn't do it. I'm not really culpable is kind of what she says, because I'm not the one that really did the crime. No, it's worse. You plotted the murder of your own mother, conspiracy to murder. It's worse. That wasn't Nicholas's mom. That was her accomplice. But that was your mom. And so in the eyes of the law, you are more guilty. You are more culpable. You are more to blame. And so if it wasn't for this fake ass narrative that everyone bought, she would still be in prison for the rest of her life. I'm going to leave you on that note. And now she's out here on Cameo. And that may be funny in some respects, but it's not funny to me at all. All right, guys, I'm going to be doing a live in the next couple of days. I hope you'll join me. We'll have some more updates on the media campaign. And until then, look, I'm okay. I know I was kind of like, but no, I'm okay. It's just I am angry about it. I'm angry that pep talk Cameo really got to me. I was just like really shocked by it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, Becca Scoops. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider it. If you'd like to support my channel in a bigger way, please consider becoming a member. We'd appreciate it. All right, and look for the live in the next couple of days. I hope you'll join me. We're going to have some more trivia prizes. All right, guys, take care. Becca Scoops out.